Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here today with my Saturday shenanigans, Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 5, Gangsta Prince Charming. Yeah, this was quite an episode, though. Okay, this is where Julius and Ashley meet in person for the first time. I'm sure you guys may have seen lots and lots of stuff about it online. I've been seeing clips all day, all over the social medias. So this was quite an interesting episode between Ashley and Julius meeting, JK and Brooke, Michael and Joey. Yeah, lots of drama. I would give this episode a solid B plus, and that is the highest grade I have given a Love After Lockup episode so far this season. So let's hop right into it. So first, we're going to start with a couple that is still in the honeymoon phase for now. Will and Courtney. So last week, Courtney was released, and she was so happy, to see Will. Not so happy to see her mom, but really happy to see Will. And now they are driving off to the parole office, and it's there at the parole office where Courtney tells her mom that she has some GTA warrants in Washington State. And the reason why she hasn't taken care of them, because she thought they were all just going to magically vanish and go away. Girl. So her mom's like, why didn't you tell me? And she said, because I thought they were just going to magically vanish. So I just wanted to give you the heads up that when I walk into this building, I may not walk out of it. And her mom is like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, I just wanted to let you know that that's the reason why I can't parole to your house in Washington. And just in case I don't walk out of this building, you know why. So her mom is all like, Will, did you know about this? And Will says, yeah, I did. But I thought it would be better for Courtney to tell you. So Courtney goes into the parole building. Will and her mom are nervously walking around the block like 100 times. And then she finally calls. Everything is all cool. Okay. And the parole officer said that her warrants are not extraditable. So she is not going to be extradited back to Washington. As long as she doesn't go to Washington State, everything will be all good. She won't be arrested. Her mom lives in Washington State. I guess she's not going to visit her mom anytime soon. So anyway, she's mom, Will, and Courtney are driving, getting ready to go back to the hotel. She says she loves her mom very much, but she wish her mom would kick rocks. She just wants to hang out with her man. Now, Will, as we saw in the previous episodes, has an engagement ring with him. He has already told Courtney's mom about his intention of proposing to Courtney, and he decides to pull over in the pouring rain in front of this Christmas tree. And Courtney is like, dude, what are you doing? And she's like, I just want to get back to the hotel, get out of these clothes, get cleaned up, and pizza and penis. Yes, she wants pizza and penis, the two main P's in life. Okay, pizza and penis. So she's like, why are we stopping at this Christmas tree? I've had bonfires that are bigger than this. I'm going to stuff you in this fucking tree. She is full of complaints until she turns around and realizes Will has an engagement ring in his hand. And she's like, oh my God, yes, of course, yes. And they kiss. Her mom is standing there looking like she was just stung by a whole hive of bumblebees. She was pissed the fuck off. And she said she's pissed because she doesn't think Courtney is in any position to get married right now. Now, like I said, you guys, this is the only couple that is still in the honeymoon stage on this show at this point. This is the halfway point, episode 5. Um, Love After Lockup will be 10 episodes. The season finale will be on May 22nd, and then our Mama June break will start May 29th. So halfway through the season, Will and Courtney are still in this honeymoon phase until we see the preview for the next episode when they're screaming at each other about the amount of money that she spends. So anyway, she is happy. She got a ring on her finger, and they're gonna go back to the hotel for pizza and penis. So we shall see how this relationship proceeds. Moving on to another couple who still like each other for now, Joey and Michael. Joey is stressed the fuck out. Michael is stressing him out big time, and he hasn't even been out 24 hours. Imagine being in a long term relationship with this dude, Joey. Just saying, 24 hours, not even 24 hours. And like Michael said, you were flirting with a meltdown. Okay, that was the most accurate description that I can find. Michael saying that Joey was flirting with a meltdown all day. So we pick up from where we left off last week, where Michael is melting down. No, actually, Michael is telling Joey that he's not going to return to the halfway house. He's just going to spend the night with him in the hotel. The halfway house is just a scam and blah, blah, blah. And Joey gets out of the car because he's melting down. He can't fucking deal. And then he's like, well, maybe I'm being a little bit over dramatic. He gets himself together, gets back in the car, and they go off driving to mom's. Now, Michael says he adores his mother. His mother is the angel in his life that he doesn't deserve. He says his mother worked very hard to provide for them. She was a single mom, upstanding citizen. He never saw his mother do anyone dirty. And he says that he is so sorry, he is so tired of saying sorry to her that he just doesn't do it anymore. But the first thing he said to her when they ran to each other and hugged each other was, I'm so sorry. So Joey's mom is like, if you're gonna spend the night with Michael's mom is like, if you're going to spend the night with Joey in the hotel, you need to call your PO officer and let them know. And please do it on speaker. So he calls, leaves a message. He's like, that's what I considered handled. And his mom is looking at him like, make sure you follow up on that. Make sure you get an answer. Like, I am not kidding. So he tells his mom that the halfway house that they put him in is the same one as the last time, and that it's like a total trigger. And his mom is like, your trigger is that you don't like change. I'm the same way. I don't like change either. But you need to change things, Michael. The way that you're doing things is obviously not working out for you. You need to change things. So they go off to the hotel, and he finally gets an answer from the parole officer. We are 100% clear to spend the night. And Joey's like, oh, thank goodness. And he like plops down on the bed, and the two of them are kissing a little bit. And then Michael says, I'm going to go back to the halfway house and change my stupid sign and let them know that I'm not coming back for the night. Do you want to come with me? And Joey's like, no, it's been an emotionally exhausting day. And like I said, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Can you imagine day after day after day with Michael as your partner? So, anyway, Joey's going to stay behind. Michael's going to go back to the halfway house to change the sign to let them know that he's not coming back. Is he going to do a little side trip now that he restored the contacts on his phone and he's able to get a hold of, one of his old friends and then come back to the hotel? Is he gonna come back to the hotel at all? Little bit of a spoiler. If you don't want to know, put your fingers in your ears. Michael went back to jail a month after filming. So it's safe to assume that he did relapse. And I'm really sad for his mom. That is who I am really sad for in this whole scenario. His mom I could see it on her face and in her eyes. She has been through so much shit with her son, and she just wants him to change and, to be a upstanding citizen like she was during her life. And it is just probably breaking off a piece of her heart every second seeing Michael fuck up. So that's who I feel really bad for in this scenario. So now moving on to other couples, we have Brooke and JK who were getting along in the beginning of their segment, and by the end, she was throwing him out of his car. So, it is his first full day, and they're going running around, and the first stop is the parole office. So we pick off where we left last week. Brooke is sitting in her car, and it's been hours. Okay. Mama calls. Mama's like, you need to go storm in there and find out what's going on with him. She gets out of the car. She goes walking into the building, and that's where we left off last week. And then this week, we see her walking out of the building, getting into her car, and saying, oh, I didn't go in there. There was too many people in there. I'm scared. Girl, you were scared to walk into the building and ask a question? What are you, 12? Like, okay. So she's sitting out there, she's sitting out there, she's sitting out there. Hours pass by. JK finally comes out. She's like, about fucking time. I mean, all I know, they could have dragged his ass back to jail. So now he has 2 additional hours on his curfew. He could be home by 7 p.m. every night, including weekends. Brooke is like, yeah. So now on today's agenda, they're going to drive out to see his grandmother, to see his Mimi, and they're going to see Brooke's kids. Now, it takes an hour to drive to Mimi. Then they have to go see the kids. Then it's an hour drive back to his mom's house. So, they have time, but not a lot of time. So they drive out to Mimi's house, and JK's expressing how much he really wants to be there for his grandmother. That, he's really sad that he wasn't there when his grandfather died. And, his grandmother was here on limited time. And I understand, Brooke, you want every part of me 24/7, and we're going to be together. We're going to have lots of time to be together. But I want to spend as much time as possible with my Mimi because she, her time is limited. And yes, that's a very, very valid point. And it's good to see that JK is reflecting on, his actions going to prison and how, that affected his family and his relationships with his family. So they're driving out to see Mimi. They get there. She has a cute little welcome home JK sign on her trailer. She has a nice trailer, by the way. Mimi had a really nice trailer, in my opinion. So anyway, um, they get there, and JK asked Brooke to sit outside. Let me go talk to my Mimi for a minute. Which honestly, I kind of thought that was a perfectly reasonable request. I think that they edited to make it look like he was in there forever because this is just my opinion. I really don't picture JK being rude and letting her sit out there for like an hour while he's in there talking to his Mimi. Like, yeah, maybe it was like a good 15, 20-minute conversation. And Brooke is getting impatient. Brooke is getting pissed the fuck off. She's like, I spent 4 hours outside of his parole office. Now I drove him all the way out here, and now he has me sitting out here. So she calls her mom. She tells her mom what's going on. And then Mimi and JK come out. Now, Mimi and JK, they were talking about Alex, his ex. Yes, they were. And in Mimi's little, confessional scene, when she's talking to the producers, she says that she just, has really good gut feelings about people. And for some reason, she doesn't trust Brooke. She has nothing against the girl. She doesn't really know her. She just doesn't trust her. So as they're out there, Mimi and JK eventually do come out and join Brooke. Brooke gives her a birthday present, a cute little tote bag that says Mimi's things. His cousin pulls up. Him and his cousin are like brothers. They are like this. Okay? And his cousin recently served time. So he's like, I'm going to make sure JK stays on the straight and narrow. So, they go off to talk a little bit. And JK's like, yo, dude, can I use your phone? I want to call Alex. I want to make sure that she doesn't show up to this party tomorrow. They're having a family gathering, a welcome home JK party. And he just wants to make sure that the ex doesn't crash shit because he's still talking to her. He just spoke with her maybe like a week ago. So he just calls her. He's like, I just want to make sure that everything's in the clear tomorrow, that you're not going to just show up. And she's like, no, I would never do that. And he's like, as a matter of fact, this is my cousin's number. Hit me up. And maybe if you're nearby, we can link up or whatever. And his cousin is blocking him the whole time. So Brooke can't see that he's on the phone. So they go back and they leave. They get in the car. Brooke is like, it's 5 o'clock. And he's like, no, it's 6 o'clock. We have to drive straight back to mom's. And she's like, but what about my kids? And he says, well, we can call them and just tell them something came up and we'll see them tomorrow. And then Brooke flipped the fuck out. And Brooke said, what about my kids? What about me? This whole day, I've been driving you around, Perot, Mimi, and now I'm just going to disappoint my kids like that? No, it doesn't work that way. And he's like, what do you want me to do? I have to be home at my mama's house at 7, or I'm going back to the penitentiary. And Brooke's like, I'm not disappointing my kids. So they get into this whole big screaming argument. And basically, she kicks him out the car. She's like, bye, Felicia. So, yeah, we shall see what happens next week. But like I said, this is only the beginning of these couples not liking each other. Because now, a little bit of spoiler for you guys, Brooke and JK are not together. Brooke is single on her Facebook. JK got a job. He's doing his work thing. And I confess, I was wrong. Brooke did not have JK's baby, thank goodness. And they are broken up. The baby that was on social media is his grandniece. His niece had a baby. So there you go. JK and Brooke, done. Or so it seems. JK is looking good though. He looks like he put on some weight. He fixed up his teeth. Good for him. So, speaking of another couple, barely getting along, we have Savannah and Bradley. And this is the first out of 2 family gatherings that totally went left. Okay. So, Savannah, she made up with Bradley's sister, Alyssa, the one that used to be her BFF, and then they got into a whole big thing and they weren't speaking to each other, and then they got into an argument in the furniture store during lockup. So Bradley also has another sister, his little sister named Caddy, who really does not like Savannah. Okay. I mean, she basically told Bradley that she doesn't like Savannah because she thinks that Savannah will try to force him into a little bubble. And the pressure will keep building and building until he breaks and he spirals back into his old ways. Now, Bradley complaining to his little sister about Savannah micromanaging him probably didn't help matters, because I feel like Caddy has already a preconceived notion of Savannah, which may or may not be valid, because like Caddy said, she saw Savannah's relationship with her sister Alyssa, and Alyssa had mentioned before that Savannah went to rehab, she went to jail. That's how crazy they were together. So Caddy's like, I'm doing my own thing. I'm starting my own life, and I don't want this crazy bitch in my life or in my brother's. So they go to this gathering. All of his friends and family are there, and Savannah goes and talks to his sister, and she's like, your sister Caddy hates me, and she's like, well, maybe you should have a conversation with Caddy. She's not unreasonable, but she's firm. She stands her ground. So the conversation between Savannah and Caddy was an epic fail. Okay. She's like, I don't think that you're good for my brother. I think that you're a bad influence on him. And I really wish that you guys weren't together. So Savannah's like, this really sucks because eventually Bradley is going to have to choose, between me and his family. And why should he be put into that position? I wonder if this arrest was one of the reasons why Caddy was like, no, you're not a good influence on my brother. All I have to say to that is that Bradley's sisters, really want him to be reformed and to be on the right path and, to live a good life and to change. Well, uh, Savannah could, Savannah could have changed also. Savannah says that she is not about that life anymore. She just wants to chill with her man and the two of them just live their best lives. Well, if you have this idea that your brother can do better, then why not Savannah? Just saying. But unfortunately, another spoiler for you guys, it looks like Savannah and Bradley have broken up as well. Savannah's on Facebook as single. So now, the second family gathering that went to shit. Q, honey, please, if you listen to me, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. You are fucking beautiful. You are drop dead gorgeous with a body to die for. Please stop fucking with this raggedy man with all his baby mamas and the drama. Please, I beg of you. You could find yourself a perfectly good man that has a job that could take care of you. You don't have to run yourself ragged for this raggedy ass man that has like 15 baby mamas. Like, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? And the fact that he found time last week to go have a whole ass meal with his baby mama, who, in my opinion, is raggedy looking. Okay, compared to Q. Mm-mm. Okay, to quote Julius, Q is up here and Jawilla is all the way down here, in my opinion. Okay, so this is why I am begging you. I am begging you, please. If you haven't broken up with this man already, please, please do. Okay, because do you want to deal with this baby mama drama for the rest of your life? No, you don't. Trust me, especially with Jawilla, who wants to hop on him any second she can get. Trust me, you don't want to deal with it. So, family cookout. First of all, he got released from the halfway house. He spent 2 weeks in the halfway house, and now they're like, okay, you're free to go. You're free to go home with your girl. He is so happy. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here before they change their mind. So now they're going off to his daddy's house. His daddy's throwing a big barbecue. Now, daddy is a good looking man. Okay. And daddy also has been to prison, and this affected D as a child greatly. Okay, he said that he told the school that his dad smoked weed, and not too long after, his dad got raided. Okay, so his dad served some time, and D had told his dad at that time when he came home from serving time that he was just different, and his dad, who's grilling up some delicious looking chicken. Okay. His dad was like, do you see, how different you are when you come out from behind those walls. And D was like, yeah, yeah, I do. I get it now. I get it. So D is saying that he wants to break the generational curse. Okay. And he wants to be able to provide and support his children so they don't have to, see behind those gates. Now, Q is there hanging out with the stepmom in the kitchen. Um, I think it was cauliflower and rice. I don't remember. Squash and rice. Or so, I don't remember. Tasting something that she was like, this is good. So stepmom lays it out. She was like, I don't know if anybody's told you, but Jawilla is showing up today. Baby mama's showing up today. So let's just try to keep the peace, you know. And I just wanted to give you a heads up. So uh, already, Q was bothered. She was like, I don't like this at all. I thought that she was going to just be the Uber driver and that the kids were invited. I did not know that she was invited. So now she pulls up and she didn't even bring all the kids with her. The youngest has been with her mama. So you couldn't retrieve your youngest child from your mama to bring him to see his daddy. No. So stepmom gets really mad at Joella and starts yelling at her. And she's like, it looks like that you're not bringing him here on purpose and whatever. And so stepmom walks away because she's getting aggravated. D and Joella are standing there having a conversation. The kids are off, doing kid things. And Q is not fucking happy because, first of all, when she showed up, her and her man hugged. And she's like, why does that chick have her hands on my man? Okay. And then the fact that they're standing there having a conversation, she's not happy about it at all. So now, mind you, alcohol has a lot to do with what's going to happen next. Okay. Because Q, you were pounding those drinks, honey, and you know it. Okay. So she walks over and she's like, so what you guys talking about? And he's like, kids and stuff. And she's like, the kids are over there. So she picks up a plate. She walks over, to the buffet line and starts serving her food. And he's like, don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. You're pissing me the fuck off. Don't do that. So she's like, I need a minute. I need air. I need to breathe. She walks into the house. Her bestie follows her. What's wrong? I need to breathe. I need air. I don't like this. So she walks out. She walks out to the street and I'm sorry, the family member that yelled out, let her leave, ain't shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Whoever the fuck you ain't shit. This girl brought this fucking raggedy motherfucker to this party, and you're like back there chirping in the balcony. Let her leave, please. So D goes chasing her down the street. She is with her friend and I guess some other family member that was trying to pour alcohol into her cup. And she was like, bitch, I ain't drinking no more. Yes, because you are wasted and you are experiencing alcohol rage. So yeah, maybe it's best that you not drink anymore. So D is like, could I please speak to her alone? Now, mind you, they're having this argument in the middle of the street. And Q was like, I'm not feeling this. This is a no go for me. This is a no go for me. I'm not feeling this. I'm leaving. Bye. And he's like, what do you mean? Don't do this shit. Like, this is my daddy's house. She was invited to my daddy's house. Like, don't do this shit. And basically, Q is like, I'm not dealing with this. This is bullshit. Fuck this. And yeah. Meanwhile, baby mama standing there eating her food like, yeah. I caused that. Yes, I did. I caused that. Please. Anyway, so now finally, The fucking shit show. Alexis, Julius, and Ashley. So we pick up where we left off, where Julius lies to Alexis and tells her that he's gonna go hang out with his homie, where when he is actually going to the hotel to meet up with Ashley. So he shows up to the door, and next thing you know, Ashley throws open the door. She's like, Julius! Yes, I will admit, she was fangirling him big time. Okay, she was acting like, I don't know, like actually Chris Brown was in the fucking hotel room with her. She was like, I find him so sexy. He's like gangster sexy and I'm like, oh God. But he couldn't give two fucks. He barely looked up from his phone. Okay. He walks in the room. She gives him a hug. He's like standing there like this, all stiff while she's hugging him. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're here. Oh my God. Oh my God. And he's like barely looking up from his phone. So, he says in his confessional that, Ashley looks kind of different from her pictures. She's kind of thick. Um, she still looks good, but Alexis is up here and Ashley's down here. And I'm like, dude, you're a clown. You're an even you are a clown for saying that. You could have just said Ashley is not my type. Alexis is more my type. Ashley's personality is too extroverted, quirky, whatever words you wanted to use. You did not have to say Ashley's Alexis is up here and Ashley is down here. Because not for nothing, and I'm going to get into this in a second, I think, in my opinion, Ashley is up here and Alexis is down here because Alexis, who is up here according to Julius, already gave Julius coochie. Okay? First night, unprotected. But he shows up to the hotel thinking that, let's see what's going to go on with Ashley. Ashley's like, let's vibe together. He's like, I just want to chill. I just got out of prison. I just want to chill. And Ashley's like, what do you mean? You just want to chill. Ashley mentioned before, let's go swimming. He's like, I can't swim. I can't swim either, so I can't make fun of him on that. So she's like, what do you mean? You just want to chill. And she's like, let me ask you a question. Are we in this relationship or not? And he's like, who told you that? You did, motherfucker. You told her that you guys were in a relationship. Like, what the fuck? And the whole time, he is barely looking up from his phone. I'm sorry. If I was Ashley, I would have taken that phone and thrown it out the fucking window. I don't give a fuck that I didn't buy it for him. I still would have thrown it out the fucking window. The blatant disrespect. So she's like, what the fuck? And she runs out of the hotel room that she rented. And that's why at that point I was like, girl, you should have just kicked his ass out. You should have been like, fuck you, get the fuck out, asshole, goodbye. But she runs out. She's in the hallway crying. He's like, oh, I ain't gonna run after her. My leg hurts. And if she don't come back soon, I'm gonna eat her birthday cake. You're a fucking clown. Okay? You are truly a clown. Meanwhile, his phone must be vibrating in his pocket because Alexis is calling him back to back. Alexis is like, is he really hanging out with his homie? He hasn't given me any reason not to trust him. So I guess I'm going to have to trust him. Girl. Anyway, so Ashley is sobbing in the hallway. Our whole relationship is a lie. Julius is in the room eyeing her birthday cake like the piece of shit that he is. Not only did he ruin her birthday, he wants to eat her cake. Okay? And not the cake that Ashley wants him to eat, her birthday cake. So anyway, she comes back into the room and she's like, "You're a fucking asshole. You lied to me." And basically, they have this whole dumb argument. Yes, it was really a dumb argument. She should have just kicked him the fuck out of the room, thrown the flowers and the cake and everything else at him. And actually, she should have did an Angela. Okay, an Angela from 90 Day Fiance. Take the fucking cake and smash it over his head. Michael didn't deserve it when Angela did it to him, but this fucking clown deserves to have a cake smashed on his head. But he's like, "I'm the catch. I'm the catch. You're the catch, motherfucker." But I love the comeback that Ashley came with. She said the catches are usually hunted and eaten. Good one, girl. Julius is like, "Well, I guess she might have gotten the wrong idea." That's because of you, motherfucker. So he went live on Instagram yesterday while the show was airing. And this is his justification. His justification. Let's put justification in air quotes for doing what he did to Ashley. Okay? He's a piece of shit. Seriously. He is a big piece of shit, and I am so glad that Ashley did not give him any coochie, because you know that there would have been some chicks on the show that would have begged, okay? That would have begged, "Oh no, please." Even though he admitted to her that he was with another chick the night before, you guys know that there would be some chicks that would beg. And Ashley didn't give him any coochie, and that's all I have to say.
Address. I could use Alexis' address, and I needed an address, and and all type of craziness. I had to finesse, like something like that. I had to finesse. Is there another person? True. Yeah. That's fucked up to me, but was you with her? I ain't want to go to the halfway house. So why? You know. I always need to come. You just said you don't owe me anything, so now you're sitting here telling me that you owe it. I really don't. It's fucked up, but you know. The address.
It's fucked up, but he had to do a finesse, guys. He needed an address and he couldn't use Alexis's address. Now, I'm hoping to sit down with Ashley tonight for our long awaited interview, and I'm going to ask her if Julius was really going to use her address to parole to, and if that's the case, what was she thinking? Don't worry, I will get into all of this. But according to Julius, he needed an address. And that's why he did what he did, because he didn't want to go to the halfway house. Piece of shit. Now, Ashley, like Savannah, has her own past. Okay, I've covered this before. And she apparently has satisfied everything and is in a happy place in her life. She has a secret that she can't wait for the show to be over so she could share with all of us. I have a feeling her secret is that she's in a relationship, but I hope it's not with another inmate. But something tells me it might be. I don't know. I am talking out of my ass right now. I'm just hoping that it's not another inmate. And if you guys are wondering, yes, she did cover up that stupid Julius tattoo. So before I let you guys go, just want to briefly bring you some assorted tea from the Life After Lockup universe. Now, guess who was spotted in the wild? Specifically at an Ollie's in Dayton, Ohio. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ginger, for sending these over to me. I greatly, greatly appreciate them. So here is Chance, and the little boy is Mason, spotted at an Ollie's supermarket in Dayton, Ohio. And Here is another picture of Chance. As you can see, here's Mason. So this little boy and this little boy, definitely Mason. And you could see Chance is packed on the pounds. I mean, his girlfriend, Alyssa, is pregnant about 6 months or so now. And Earl, aka Chance, Earl is his real first name. His name is Earl Chance Pitt. Seems to be gaining pregnancy weight along with his baby mama, Alyssa. I mean, look at that belly. Just saying. So, another thing that I just wanted to let you guys know, Seria seems to be mad at me for doing my job. So, you guys remember that I did this post and I shared it with you guys about Seria and Troy talking about being single on Facebook, and then a couple of days later, Troy's posting to his stories, all of them at the mall, spaghetti night, happy family. Well, I did the post, I reported on it, and I guess Aria got mad at me for doing my job because she posted to her Instagram story. And mind you, I'm not the only content creator that covered this. So, I mean, I guess I got to be grateful that she shared my post. So she says, "Why is this on my FYP? Laughing my ass. They dragging it now. Y'all think we done because I wrote a status." I mean, girl, if you listen to my coverage on it, I even said that I thought you guys got into a fight. You got pissed off. You jumped on Facebook. You wrote single. He saw that you wrote single. He got mad and wrote as a dollar bill. And then within a day, you guys were all kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy again. I said that in my coverage. But hey, you want to share my shit to your stories? Be my guest. Exposure, whether good or bad, is always good. Just saying. So, thank you so much for watching me, guys. Please make sure you have your notifications on. Hopefully, I will be able to sit down with Ashley tonight and give you guys all the tea. Please subscribe. Double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to play games. Please like, share with a friend or 10. And one more thing, please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter and happy Passover to all.